up, ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Oscar Henao from Gateway to Learn and stops by the podcast to continue our ComEd EnergyForce podcast series in celebration of the 10th anniversary of the EnergyForce program. Episode 427 of the Special Chronicles show starts right now on SpecialChronicles.com. The mission of how I started podcasting and started Special Chronicles is giving respect and voice to those of us with special needs. I became an athlete leader of Special Olympics Illinois, and when I recorded the audio of the speeches that I was given and putting those up as podcasts, I soon received messages of encouragement, and I learned that it was a powerful platform and really helping to make a difference in people's lives. 12 years ago, I didn't expect that anybody would want to even listen to me. We have over 42,316 listeners per month. It's a humbling experience. I'm really grateful to make a difference in other people's lives. All right. If you're still watching the live stream, we will experience some technical difficulties. So the podcast will begin right now in 3, 2, 1. Oh. ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Oscar Henao and Gateway to Loaning stops by the podcast to continue our ComEd EnergyForce podcast series in celebration of the 10th anniversary of the ComEd EnergyForce Program. The 427 Special Chronicles show starts right now on SpecialChronicles.com. The mission of how I started podcasting and started Special Chronicles is giving respect and voice to those of us with special needs. I became an athlete leader of Special Olympics Illinois, and when I recorded the audio of the speeches that I was given and putting those up as podcasts, I soon received messages of encouragement, and I learned that it was a powerful platform and really helping to make a difference in people's lives. 12 years ago, I didn't expect that anybody would listen to me. We have over 42,316 listeners per month. It's a humbling experience. I'm really grateful to make a difference in other people's lives.
This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
Podcasting since 2008. This is a show where we're broadcasting disability stories from an insider's perspective, and we are giving a voice to people with special needs. This is your weekly guide to find and joy, acceptance, and inclusion.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. I lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome back to the Special Chronicles show. My name is Daniel, founder of Special Chronicles and a Southern Tribal International global messenger with Special Olympics. And I should add for this series, ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador. So good to be back. This week, the 25th of May, Tuesday, 2021, we're bringing you 2 episodes of our ComEd series. So it's just right off the bat, I want to kick off the show and let you know, before we bring on our guest, that the Special Chronicles show is presented by the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program. We're proud to partner with the ComEd EnergyForce Program, the nation's first energy efficiency program taught by people with disabilities. You can learn more about our partner, including video resources and original podcast series that you're listening to right now. And external links for more information about energy efficiency tips and resources. SpecialChronicles.com/ComEd. SpecialChronicles.com/ComEd is where you can go to find out more information. And as well, if you would like to help to continue to support the work and the mission and vision of Special Chronicles, which is giving respect and voice to those of us people with special needs and podcasting disability stories from an insider's perspective, you can make a gift today. SpecialChronicles.com/give. SpecialChronicles.com/give to join our community of supporters, and you can make a gift today to help us fund our weekly podcasts, live stream shows, and further our mission of giving respect and voice to people with special needs. And right before we bring on our guest, I'd like to let you know, in addition to making a gift today at the $250 gift level, if you make a gift of $250 to this podcast, to Special Chronicles, Tim Shriver will send you a free autographed copy of his new book, The Call to Unite, Voices of Hope and Awakening. YouTube, Facebook video, live stream viewers will see it on the screen, but you can text GIVE 250 to 833-953-2598. Just grab your phone and you can text GIVE 250 to 833-953-2598, or simply donate online. Donate $250 online at SpecialChronicles.com/give. And all the links to donate will be in the show notes. And now we would like to welcome on the program today. So excited. Please put your virtual hands together as we welcome ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Oscar Henao from Gateway to Loaning. Welcome, Oscar. Welcome, Oscar. Oh, I should unmute you.
Okay.
I should unmute you so you can talk. Welcome, Oscar.
How you guys are doing? I grew up in.
Awesome. Well, let's before we get the show kicked off. I'm so excited to have you on the program as we continue our ComEd EnergyForce Series for the 2.5 months here on SpecialChronicles.com. So first, let's have you. I'm sure a lot of our listeners are just hearing about your story, but on the show this week, we'll get to hear a little bit more about your backstory as an ambassador and how your involvement with the Gateway to Loaning organization and the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program. So first, let's have you introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us about the disability you're diagnosed with and your connection to our disability community and your role at the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program.
Okay, my name is Oscar Henao, and I'm in the Ambassador Program, and I go to Gateway to Learning, and I grew up in Chicago. I have a I live in the same house my whole life. I was diagnosed bipolar disorder when I was a child.
Awesome. Well, let's now continue and get into a little bit more about your backstory and tell us a little bit about your early years growing up with a disability, as well as any of the challenges and joys and accomplishments because of your disability.
So I compliance my having good going to Gateway, learning and having friends and be ambassador and
Awesome.
And being ambassador in ComEd.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like to add about your backstory?
That's all.
All right, awesome. So we'll get into a little bit more about your organization that you're involved with, Gateway to Loaning, and a little bit more about the partnership with the ComEd EnergyForce Program after the break. But we're going to go ahead in just about a minute from now. Go ahead and take our first sponsor break, because if it wasn't for all of you generous supporters, as well as our partner ComEd, we wouldn't be able to be behind the microphone and share impactful and empowering stories like yours, Oscar, and my story, and so many of the hundreds of stories that we have told the past 13 years now. Well, just about 13 years now on the Special Chronicles show. And so once again, our guest on the Special Chronicles show this week is Oscar Henao, fellow ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador from the Gateway to Loaning. We will return when we come back after this break right here on the Special Chronicles show on SpecialChronicles.com. Don't hit pause. We'll be right back. Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a nonprofit independent media organization, we can only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcast, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. You are listening to the Special Chronicles show right here on specialchronicles.com. And our guest is Oscar Henao from the fellow ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador from the organization Gateway to London. Welcome back, Oscar. And now let's get into a little bit more about your story with the organization Gateway to Learning. Can you share with us a little bit about and about how you first got involved in Gateway to Learning?
Yeah, I got involved with the Gateway to Learning by meeting new friends and having good expressions to learn how to get coping skills and how to learn how to work in the kitchen and how to work in different things.
Awesome. And what do you I'm sure that there's a lot of programs that you are involved with Gateway to Learning, like you just mentioned, but is there, if you were to kind of maybe pick a favorite, and then I've got another follow-up question that might be obvious, but I'll get to that in a moment. What do you, out of all the programs, what do you enjoy about your involvement with the Gateway to Learning?
I enjoy being with Marshall and learning the coping skills, how to do ComEd activities and everything.
Awesome. And I'm sure you have maybe more than one job coaches, but if you want to pick not that we have favorites here, but if you want to pick a favorite job coach at Gateway to Learning, who would you pick?
I pick Olivia.
Awesome. So not the one that's joining us backstage, but a different job coach? Maybe. So anyways, our guest on the Special Chronicles show is Oscar Henao, fellow ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador from Gateway to Learning, is joining us on the program this week, and we're gonna go ahead and take another short sponsor break in just about 30 seconds from now. I know if it wasn't for our supporters and partners and sponsors, we wouldn't be able to be behind the microphone. But when we come back, we'll get into more about your story, Oscar, with the ComEd EnergyForce program that is partnering with your organization and is partnering with Special Chronicles and so many other organizations. Our guest is Oscar from Gateway to Learning. We'll be back right after a short break right here on SpecialChronicles.com. Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program. The EnergyForce is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives and really is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they're literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at SpecialChronicles.com/ComEd. That's SpecialChronicles.com/ComEd. Our guest on the Special Chronicles show this week is Oscar Henao, fellow ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador. See if I can get to the title right. You think after 4 years I will have this down. Anyways, Oscar is from the Gateway to Learning organization. I believe it or not, I do know it. I mean, oh, hey, look at that. I've got it on my show. And it's also, if you're watching the video live stream, it's also up above there. We do have at least one person watching, so I want to just make a quick note before we get into more of Oscar's story. A quick note, if you're watching the live stream, if we can get at least a couple of you watching live, and again, it's only open to our live stream viewers. You can enter hashtag ComEd, include the hashtag symbol, and all one word, hashtag ComEd, COMED, in the comments, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter live, the live stream. And then hopefully at the end of the episode, if you have at least a couple of you that will enter it, you will get a chance to enter a ComEd merch swag bag, which you'll get some energy efficiency tips and other fun swag like you see on the table on the screen right here. And so, Oscar, let's get into into a little bit more of your story with the ComEd EnergyForce program. And I believe your organization, Gateway to Learning, has been involved for a few years now, just like Special Chronicles has been. But I believe this is your first year with the ComEd program? Oh, I should not unmute you. Is this your first year?
Yes.
With the program?
Yes.
So tell us about how and when you and Gateway to Learning first got involved in partnering with the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program.
I got involved in the Ambassador Program from when I started Gateway Learning, and I liked to be an ambassador in ComEd and learning to save energy and everything.
Awesome. And you share with us now a little bit about what you enjoy about the partnership with the ComEd EnergyForce program. Is like I know we will this year 2021 we're doing, because of the global pandemic, because of COVID-19, we're doing virtual engagements. But so you haven't had experience like some of the rest of us have as going to in-person events. But what do you enjoy about your partnership? I mean, like, what so far the first 5 months of 2021, what have you enjoyed about the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program?
I enjoy doing the Kahoot online with Gateway Learning. Yeah.
Awesome. And do you have a favorite memory from an event or an online digital gaming? I mean, it might be of what you just said, but do you have a favorite memory?
Yeah.
So you'd say that was your favorite memory. Awesome. So we're going to go on and take another short break, a 2-minute break, where on this final sponsor break, our listeners will get some energy efficiency tips We talk about a lot of that as ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador. So in this break, we'll get some energy efficiency tips. Our guest is Oscar from Gateway to Loaning, right here on SpecialChronicles.com. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Lisa Noble, and I'm a ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador and an athlete with Special Olympics Illinois.
Hi, my name is Daniel Spakowski, and I also am a ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador and founder of a company called Special Chronicles.
The ComEd EnergyForce Program is a program that hires people with disabilities to teach the public how to save energy and money.
It's the country's first energy efficiency program of its kind.
Saving energy is especially important while everyone is at home due to COVID-19. We're using more electricity than ever before. Just think about how many more times you are opening the refrigerator door these days.
And while the economy is stressed, it's more critical than ever to save money where we can. Following these tips can save energy and money in this time of COVID-19.
Wash your clothes in cold water and use the dryer sparingly.
Your dryer can take up to 7 times more energy than the washer.
Turn off and unplug any electrical devices or power strips you are not using.
Electrical devices can continue to zap power even when turned off if they're still plugged in. We call them vampire devices.
Use LED bulbs.
They use 25% less energy than incandescent bulbs and last up to 25 times longer, saving you lots of money over time.
Keep your refrigerator between 35 and 38 degrees.
And be sure to use Energy Star appliances.
And last but not least, check out ComEd.com/home savings for more tips and rebates.
Lisa and I would like to thank you for taking the time to listen to us today.
Remember, we are all in this together.
Stay healthy.
And stay safe.
Bye. Our guest on the Special Chronicles show this week is Oscar Henao from the organization Gateway to Loaning. I said that right here, and I said that right. And hopefully it's not pausing here, but let's like to make a couple brief notes here. That Oscar, you are the third ambassador from Gateway to Loaning. As this is Gateway to Loaning's third year with the ComEd EnergyForce Ambassador Program, and then that the digital engagement that you said that you will that you did is Kahoot trivia game. So it on like a trivia game on saving energy. So yeah, it's neat that we have all these different, different energy ways to educate people. That's what I'm trying to say. Educate people on energy efficiency. As we come to a close on this episode, we'll get to some final thoughts. But first, a question I usually end a lot of these podcast episodes with, a lot of these conversations with, is talking about inclusion. And I'll ask you the same thing, Oscar. You can share with the listeners, what does inclusion mean to you? What does inclusion mean to you?
Inclusion means to me, I forget a little bit.
What was that?
I forget a little bit. What does inclusion mean?
Your job coach is putting it in the private chat. If you want to just look at the private chat.
Yeah.
Of what does inclusion mean to you?
Inclusion means to get together.
Awesome. That's a perfect way. That people of all abilities doing things together. Awesome. definition. I know a lot of these episodes will get a lot of great definition. Well, postal definitions of what inclusion means to each of our guests. So yeah, thanks for that. And we'll get to some plugs for social media. If people want to learn more about your organization, Gateway to Loaning, we'll put links in the show notes on specialchronicles.com/podcast 427. I think that's what it is. There we go. I thought I had up on the screen. JTLChicago.com, JTL as in London, as in Gateway to London, JTLChicago.com is where our listeners can go to find more information about your organization, Gateway to London, and connect with you guys on social media and all that. And if people want to find out more about the ComEd EnergyForce program, to read our bios and learn more, or maybe apply for next year's program, ComEd.com/EnergyForce is where you can go to learn more. And I'm sure that they have tips on how to save energy on there as well. If you want to get the show notes or how to subscribe to this EnergyForce podcast series, SpecialChronicles.com/EnergyForce is where you can go. And if you want to find out what I'm doing when I'm not behind the microphone, such as talking with the former CEO of United Airlines, or other fun stuff behind the scenes, at Podman Dan, at PODMANDAN, at Podman Dan is where you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all those places. And finally, SpecialChronicles.com to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You can subscribe to our newsletter there, podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. Remember to please rate and review our podcast. It really helps to let more people know about our mission and these stories like you're hearing this week. And please share our podcast. If you like this conversation with Oscar, as well as all of our other episodes, please go ahead and share these episodes with your friends and family and help us grow our audience, reaching 5,000 downloads of our audio podcasts and 24,000 average monthly listeners. When he goes a long way. So SpecialChronicles.com is where you can go to follow us. And once again, I'd like just to remind you that, well, I'll remind you after we hear from Oscar's final thoughts. Let's go ahead and Oscar, hear from your final thoughts, but I'd like to remind the listeners, you can email us feedback anytime. Feedback at SpecialChronicles.com is the email. All the links will be in the show notes if you want to email us or get in touch with us. But Oscar, do you have any final thoughts on your overall time here today on the Special Chronicles show that you'd like to share with all our listeners? Final thoughts?
That's all my thoughts.
What was it?
That's all my thoughts.
That's all your thoughts?
Yeah.
Great. So it's been awesome. It's been a joy having you on, and hopefully when you get back to in-person events, maybe in-person events later this year, or hopefully meeting you in person. Again, the Special Chronicles show is presented by the ComEd EnergyForce program. You can learn more about our partner, ComEd at SpecialChronicles.com/ComEd, SpecialChronicles.com/ComEd to learn more about our partner. You can also make a gift. You can join our community of supporters, and please make a gift to help us fund our weekly podcasts and live stream shows to further our mission and vision of giving respect and voice to people with special needs. SpecialChronicles.com/give. SpecialChronicles.com/give is where you can go to make that donation, as well as if you make a $250 gift to this podcast, Tim Shriver will send you a free autographed copy of his new book, The Quality of Night, Voices of Hope and Awakening. Once again, SpecialChronicles.com/give is where you can go to make that $250 gift. It's been a joy having you on, Oscar, and look forward to us continuing. Our ComEd EnergyForce series continues next week. All the way to the end of June 2021, we'll hear more of our fellow ComEd EnergyForce ambassadors right here on the Special Chronicles show on SpecialChronicles.com, we'll be back next week right here on SpecialChronicles.com. So until then, remember, choose to include, and we'll see you next week.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.